Star Wars, a film series that has lasted decades and spans through generations. Over the years, there have been many iconic moments and even more iconic characters. But even a series as well known as Star Wars has had characters lost to time. For every Luke Skywalker and Han Solo, there is a Dexter Jetster or a Lumpy Wookiee. But even still, there are lesser known characters that have been unknown for way too long until now, as we count down the top 10 unknown Star Wars characters. Number 10. Therm Scissorpunch. This lesser known Star Wars character first appeared in the movie Solo, a Star Wars story. Known for being a gambler on the planet Vandor, he could be seen in the background, gambling alongside other characters, including Lando Calrissian. Not much love has been given to him, so most people don't even know that he exists. But at least he made an appearance in the movies, unlike some of our other members on this list. Number 9. Droid 6969. This oddly shaped fellow would have been in the background of Jabba's palace down in the torture dungeon where certain droids were being taken apart. This character shown here was just two halves of an R2-D2 put together. Deemed too silly for the moment, or maybe even too disturbing, Droid 6969 was not used in the movie at the time, though it has popped up in other Star Wars lore. Number 8. Darth Truspiak. This odd-looking fellow is actually a Sith Lord, or at least would have been. Truspiak was actually one of the early apprentices of Darth Sidious. During an intense battle, he was horribly disfigured and mutilated. When Darth Sidious found out, he quickly went into action to try and save his newly deformed apprentice. By looking at this image, we can quickly understand that it didn't go as planned, and Darth Truspiak eventually died of his wounds. Though he did not die in vain, as the knowledge that Darth Sidious gained by trying to heal his wounded apprentice is the same knowledge he would use later on to help create his greatest creation, Darth Vader. Number 7. Jedi Decatus. This unassuming tree is actually a very powerful Jedi. Planted out in front of a Jedi temple, this young sapling eventually grew into a mighty oak. Being close to the Jedi Order allowed it to become a very powerful Force user, gaining consciousness and became a Jedi himself. The Jedi of the temple realized that the tree had become sentient and soon found themselves training and recruiting to be under apprenticeship. Jedi Decatus used the Force to create its own lightsaber. Though it can't use its leafy appendages to hold it, it wields the lightsaber without gripping it by just using the Force. Number 6. Shmook Skywalker. This character originally had a subplot in Return of the Jedi, and is supposed to be a clone of Luke Skywalker that grew from his hand that was cut off during his battle with Darth Vader in Cloud City. Though we know he is a clone of Luke Skywalker, it's still unclear as to how Shmook Skywalker came into existence, whether he grew out of the amputated hand on his own by using the Force, or was cloned in a science experiment by the Empire. We may never know, as we haven't seen Shmook Skywalker make it into Star Wars canon at the moment, but we can always hope that this amazing character will be part of the larger world soon. Number 5. Jedi McCheese. This powerful Jedi was supposed to make his debut in the big battle of Episode 2, The Clone Wars, but was sadly cut due to time and budget constraints. His Jedi Master was Gib Cam of the Jedi Council. There isn't much information about where Jedi McCheese is, but it's been rumored that he escaped during the execution of Order 66 and has been living in hiding ever since. Number 4. Balf Gulls. These silly little creatures from the Back 9 Galaxy were supposed to be in Return of the Jedi, showing up alongside the Ewoks, but were cut due to the idea of having even smaller creatures next to the Ewoks would be silly and distracting. We can only hope that in the future these funny little creatures will make it onto the big screen. It's been rumored, though, that you can see one in the bottom right corner of a widescreen shot that takes place in the Forest of Endor. But at the moment, we still haven't been able to confirm. Number 3. Droid 2432. This unique looking droid was supposed to show up in Star Wars Episode 4, next to the Sandcrawler as one of the droids that the Jawas were selling. A clever viewer may figure out why it wasn't used, as it was just a slightly modified refrigerator. Do you think George Lucas made the right call of not using it? Or do you think this beautiful droid would have made the scene much more interesting? Number 2. Darth Cluck. This powerful Sith Lord was sadly cut from Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Darth Cluck was supposed to be the apprentice of Darth Maul, but sadly scenes with Darth Cluck were cut as deemed unnecessary for the tone of the film. Many fans claim that Darth Maul didn't have the same impact in the movie as most other villains do, and this could be because most of his scenes took place alongside Darth Cluck. Do you think if Darth Maul and Darth Cluck were together on the big screen, the villains would have a bigger impact? Number 1. Chewbacca. Everyone knows Chewbacca, and people even know Lumpy, Itchy, and Mala from the Star Wars Holiday Special. But in Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, we would have seen more of the extended family of Chewbacca, namely one of his cousins, Chewbacca, who is commonly known as Johnny. Unlike Chewie, Johnny didn't take up the fight against the Empire by joining the rebels, but decided to try and live out a nice, simple life, and became the assistant manager at Miracum Schlump's discount Grand Gold Nip Zones and such. Hopefully Johnny will be able to get his own movie that dives deep into the life of an average character in the Star Wars universe. That does it for the top 10 least known Star Wars characters. Did you know any of them? Do you agree with our list? Do you hope that these characters finally get the attention they deserve, or do you think they should just remain unknown? Let us know in the comments down below.